to sunny Gunnison, Colorado. Stay tuned to where you're going to want your next vacation spot to be. We are entering the hospital known as the lymphatic system. The hospital is where everyone goes if they are sick. It functions with the help of nurses and doctors. They represent the immune system. The immune system is made up of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect the body. One of the most important blood cells is the leukocytes, which seek out to destroy disease-causing organisms, which are our doctors. Also, blood marrow contributes to this by producing red and white blood cells, which help fight off disease. But without the macrophage, the disease would not be gone completely. The macrophage basically scavengers and swallows up smaller cells. In the hospital, the biochemists are in charge of specific immunity because they are the production of antibodies against a particular antigen. Then, the nonspecific is the result and it is what initially kills the disease. Similar to nonspecific immunity, T and B cells act as medicine. When your body is infected with a particular germ, only T and B cells will recognize it. And that's the medicine. When you get a vaccine, you are usually being given a dead virus or a weakened virus that won't harm you. Your body then develops antibodies to this virus. These antibodies circulate in your blood system for a given period of time, and that is how antibiotics work. The thymus gland plays a vital role in training the development of lymphocytes, which is the main cell and fights off disease. So the thymus gland is our Gunnison nurses that help train new interns.
City breaker represents the digestive system because it is the major resource to collect nutrients. The bags and choppers are related to mechanical and chemical digestion because they take and eventually break down food. Mechanical digestion is the physical breakdown of food, while chemical digestion is the enzymatic reactions that break down large food molecules. The leafy greens represent the liver and pancreas because they are healthy foods for these organs. The liver secretes bile, which aids in the breakdown of lipids into fatty acids. The enzyme which speeds up the rate of the digestion of lipids is lipase, and this is secreted by the pancreas. The pancreas also secretes many other enzymes, including trypsin, and these enzymes speed up the rate in which protein is digested into amino acids. Amylase is also produced in the pancreas, as well as the salivary glands in the mouth. The amylase breaks down starch into maltose molecules. We are now walking through the small intestines. The villi are finger-like projections found in the small intestines. They are folds in the mucous membrane of the small intestines. The villi increase the surface area of the membrane by 30 times. On the villi, there are more miniature projections, and these are called microvilli. Their job is to increase the surface area so that there is more space for the small intestines to absorb nutrients and food.
Our town functions and connects through the wires in our town. The nervous system is divided into two parts. The central nervous system consisting of the brain and spinal cord. These structures are protected by the bone and cushioned from injury by cerebral spinal fluid and gets its information from the sensory nerve. And the parietal system, which connects the central nervous system to the rest of the body. This represents the electrical wires, the telephone wires that connect our town and help it function. The dendrites are covered with synapses, formed by the ends of axons from other neurons. Neurons are the cells within the nervous system that are transmitted information to other nerve cells, muscles, or glands. The cell body contains the nucleus and cytoplasm. If the structure of the neurons go out the body, it cannot send the messages through it, similar to if a pole falls down. The central nervous system is made of the brain and spinal cord. The parietal nervous system is made of nerves. Together they control every part of your daily life, from breathing, blinking, to helping you memorize facts for a test. The spinal cord is made of bundles of nerves running up and down the spine. That's similar to the wires sending messages to and from the brain at every second. Resting potentials when a neuron is not sending a signal. When it is rest and it is sending negative signal to outside. Action potential occurs when a neuron sends information down an axon. away from the cell body and can create nerve impulse. Neuron transmitters are the brain chemicals that communicate information through our body. So bring your cell phones because we have transmitters that run all through our town. The motor nerves are the electric companies that keep our poles wired and intact so the impulses, the messages, can get through to us.
The buildings of Gunnison represent the skeletal system because they are the structure that holds Gunnison together. The adult skeletal system consists of 206 bones. The bone supports and gives structure to the body. The bones also protects body parts and the soft internal organs of our body. The ligaments and tendons also help move the body along with the muscles and store minerals, calcium, phosphate, and fat along with producing blood cells in red bone marrow. When the people of Gunnison notice a building falling apart, they call for remodeling and start the process of adding new material to it. All of the buildings of Gunnison have pipes and wires running through the walls to make the building function, which is similar to the composition of bone. The bone is made up of three parts. The peristosum is a double-layered tissue which covers the hard bone, or called the compact bone. The peristosum is important since the houses bone-forming cells called osteoblasts. Also, the double layer serves as a place where the tendons and ligaments can insert and anchor into the bone. Compact bone is very hollow. Canals called caniculi, which are filled with blood vessels, channel through the bone and all join to many major canals called Haversian canals. These canals make the bone hollow. Spongy bone is towards the center of the bone. The bone ends more hollow. This is why it's called spongy bone. It is located within the spongy bone and red bone marrow and yellow bone marrow. Red bone marrow is what makes red blood cells, and the majority of the red bone marrow is located in the head of the femur and humerus. Yellow bone marrow is stored in the fat. This marrow can sometimes turn into red bone marrow when a person is very anemic.
Gunison's main attractions. It is a main attraction because the Gunnison River flows off into different parts of our state, similar to how the urinary system consists of different parts, such as the kidney, uterus, bladder, and urethra. When it rains, the kidney filters the blood to remove the waste and produce urine. The uterus, urinary bladder, and urethra together from the urinary tract, which act as a plumbing system to drain urine from the kidneys, store it, and then release it during excretion. Similar to how our city cleans our ditches and makes sure only clean water is flowing through our town and river. The nephron plays a very important role in our body because when your body is running low on sodium and potassium, it makes sure it gets to the right place in your body. Thanks to our dam, if we are running low on water, we can open it and fill our river with water. The blood is filtered by nephrons, that functions the kidneys, and reabsorption is the process by which solutes and water are removed from the tubular fluid and transported into the blood.
Okay, the Gunnison High School represents the muscular system because the students grow to function the future of the town. The announcements represents the all-around response because, depending on the given conditions, the response of a muscle fiber to a stimulus at any strength is the same. The muscle responds completely or not at all. The students, which are the muscle, either respond to the message or simply ignore it. The lunchroom is similar to muscular contractions because if the students are the muscles, lunch keeps them healthy and productive, making them contract. This is very important because muscle contractions help to reduce fractures and realign bone fragments by overcoming muscle spasms. They also maintain skeletal length and alignment and prevent further tissue damage. Represents the functions of the flexor and extensors because of the many objects that make you flex and extend your muscles. Flexors work to bend the joint. When you flex your muscles, your flexors contract and pull on the bone, creating a bending movement to the joint. For example, bicep curls. As you pull your fist upward to the shoulder angle between your forearm and your bicep, it decreases as the flexor muscle tightens and contracts. Extensors do the opposite as you straighten and extending the joints in a bicep curl. The extensor muscle contract as the first is let down from the shoulder. Without the building's bones, there would be no high school, which are the muscles, because the tendons connect muscle to bone and the ligaments connect bone to bone. They all help each other for mobility. Muscles are connected to bones, so you can move. The roads of Gunnison are a good representation of the circulatory system because they are the major function of all of the systems. The circulatory system is an organ system that permits blood to circulate and transport nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, hormones, and blood cells to and from the cells in the body to provide nourishment and help in fighting diseases, stabilizing pH levels, and maintaining homeostasis. The highways are the arteries that carry blood away from the heart. The alleys are the capillaries, and the street roads are the veins that carry blood from the capillaries to the heart. The cars are a great example of blood pressure because as blood moves, it pushes against the sides of the blood vessels. The strength of this pushing is your blood pressure. If there are too many cars on the highway, it puts extra strain on the highways or arteries. Although as blood or cars gets farther from the heart, which is town, the pressure likewise decreases. Each contraction of the ventricle sends pressure through the arteries. Elasticity of lungs helps keep pulmonary pressure low. The stoplights and yield signs are the pacemakers that helps control irregular heartbeats. It uses small electrical pulses to help the heartbeat go at a regular rate.
Hartman's Rocks is one of Gunnison's greatest gems. It's a paradise of mountain biking, hiking, dirt biking, trail running, and climbing. Because of the hard activity done in Hartman's, this represents the respiratory system. The respiratory functions on supplying oxygen to cells, removing carbon dioxide, controlling the blood's pH, and defending the body against invasion. The main parts of the respiratory system is the nostrils that are involved in air intake. Air goes into the nose where air is warmed and humidified. Similar to the parking lot, Hartman's is used to maintain new people coming in and make sure they have a safe place to keep their belongings, so no unnecessary items go into the trails, which are the lungs. The tiny hairs called cilia, they filter out dust and other particles present in the air and protects the nasal passage and other regions of the respiratory tract. The trachea is also known as the windpipe. The trachea filters air we inhale and branches into the bronchi. The bronchi are the two air tubes that branch off into Hartman's and lead off to other trails. The main organ is the respiratory system in the lungs. The lungs are the site in the body where the oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is expelled out. The red blood cells are present in the blood and picks up oxygen in the lungs and carry and distribute the oxygen to all body cells that need it. Alveolus is a tiny sac-like structure located in the lungs, which the gas exchange takes place. These parts of your body refer to all the trails you can take. The diaphragm is where your breathing begins and is located below the lungs. The purpose of the ribs is to protect all your vital organs. That's why it's important to wear a helmet, because the trails can be very dangerous. Smoking is very hazardous to the lungs because many chemicals that are in nicotine are very bad for your body. So this means no littering. There are trash cans located at the base of Hartman's, so don't litter, and it's bad for the environment.